After struggling over the mountainous trails through no man's land, Kanaya and the three medics arrive in Bifontaine. There, they find more than a dozen wounded men, 7 of them on stretchers.
There's no way we can transport all these men back ourselves. So the battalion commander assigns us 35 German prisoners to use as litter bearers. I don't like this one bit. You can't mix weapons with the Red Cross flag. It's a violation of the Geneva Convention. But being a medic that takes orders from infantry, I have no control over the decision made by a superior officer. When we set out, I tell my medics, hang way back. Because if the Germans stop us along the way, there could be a firefight. We're almost at the bottom of the hill when the whole column stops. It's a German patrol. More than 20 men. Our commanding officers know there's no sense trying to fight. We are completely outnumbered and outgunned.
There's no time for emotions. You're too busy trying to avoid the portable flak batteries on the ground below.
Year-old Tuskegee Airman Shelby Westbrook is flying his 31st mission with the 332nd Fighter Group. Today, he is escorting a group of B-24 Liberators on a bombing run over Germany.
I'm hit, somewhere in the coolant system. Squadron leader tells me to peel off and head back to base. Pilot closest to me forms up to escort me home. But I'm starting to lose altitude. I'm coming down out of the clouds. There are mountains in front of me. I'm on the east side of the Black Alps, over German-occupied Yugoslavia. We have 2 aircraft down. But that's the least of our problems. Now, we have to find a way to get out of here with our lives. We're looking to find out where we are when we see guys in
German uniforms with rifles at the ready. So we stopped and we both had sidearms of 45 automatics. But hey, they already had theirs aimed at you. Then all of a sudden, both the guys took their guns and put them on their shoulder. And we looked, and there was a little red star on their cap. So they were Tito partisans.
Westbrook and his wingman have been rescued by a Yugoslavian resistance group known as Tito's Partisans. To help him throw the Germans out of his homeland, Communist Party leader Joseph Broz Tito struck a deal with the Allies. In exchange for weapons and ammunition, he and his 200,000 resistance fighters have promised to protect and return downed Allied pilots, helping them through German-held territory.
We sleep by day and march in the middle of the night when there's no moon. This is a new kind of danger.
We can hear a booming from far away. We all know we're outgunned.
Jack Yusen and the Samuel B. Roberts are off Samar Island, positioned to the north of Leyte Island. Their original mission was to patrol for subs and rescue downed pilots. But now they have just learned that a powerful Japanese task force is quickly bearing down on them.
The odds are stacked against us, but this is what we came here to do. And we're all determined we'll do our duty.
To avoid almost certain destruction, the small task force's escort carriers are ordered to pull back. The Sammy B, along with 3 other destroyer escorts and 3 destroyers, the only thing standing between the enemy and the vulnerable transports unloading at Leyte. Although they are hopelessly outmatched by the massive firepower of the Japanese heavy cruisers and battleships, they do the only thing they can: turn and attack.
Something hits the port side stern. Then somebody yells out that our boys back there all got disintegrated.
That's when I had a big lump in my throat because 2 of my closest shipmates are on that gun. That was their battle station. John Peone and Leonard Goldstein. And I kept thinking, they're both gone, they're both gone. And that's when I knew this is a fight to the finish. We're going to be in this until either we beat them or they're going to beat us. And that's the way we fought for the next hour.
The Sammy B manages to land a few hits on the Japanese cruisers before suffering another direct hit. Within minutes, Yusen's ship starts taking on water. The men are ordered to abandon ship.
I make it to the raft, and I glance back at the ship. And there she goes. The Samuel B. Roberts. We're all crying like babies. We can only see a few yards because of the waves. Makes us feel like we're all alone. I feel something brush against my leg. A man nearby screams. Sharks.
I look at the German prisoners we have with us. Our only option is to surrender. Now we're the prisoners, and they are our captors. The tables are turned.
Only moments ago, Japanese-American medic Jimmy Kanaya was transporting wounded GIs through the Vosges Mountains. Now, he is in the hands of a German patrol, being forcibly marched deep into enemy territory as a prisoner of war.
I feel worse than helpless. I'm completely at the mercy of my captors. These frontline German troops seem especially agitated. One steals my watch while another frisks me for money. I'm thinking about trying to escape. But what would happen to my other medics and to the wounded guys if I did get away? The guards might take their anger out on them. No, I can't let that happen. No matter what, I have to stand fast. I wonder how long I'll be here. All I can think about is the last time I saw my parents at the internment camp in Idaho. It's kind of ironic that here I am.
Here I was, fighting for our country, and I'm in enemy territory and behind barbed wires, and my parents and brother and sister were in a friendly country behind barbed wires. And how do you answer that?
In December, Kanaya arrives at a POW camp near Warsaw, Poland. There, he is held until January of 1945, when the approaching Russian army forces the Germans to retreat with their prisoners. Kanaya and 1,400 other POWs are forced on a 380-mile death march to another POW camp near Hammelburg, Germany.
My mother really prayed for me, even that I was still alive, and then when they found I was alive, they continued praying that, because while you're in captivity, you're still uncertain as to your future.
Kanaya remains a prisoner of the Germans until April 1945, 2 years after his parents are freed from the internment camp in Idaho. When he